Hey, this is meteorologist Bill Steffen. Thanks for stopping by today. We've had a pretty cold start to the month of March. There's an old saying that says if March comes in like a lion, it'll go out like a lamb. And if it comes in like a lamb, it'll go out like a lion. I think this year it's kind of coming in more like a polar bear or a penguin as temperatures to start this Sunday in most areas are down in the teens here. But we certainly have some warmer air on the way. A quick look back at the month of February across the area here. It turned out to be a cool and dry month for us. The average temperature was 24.5. That was really good for anybody that's into ice fishing because with temperatures that cold, there was plenty of ice out there. It turned out to be 2.1 degrees colder than average. And that was after January was 2.6 degrees colder than average. And we didn't have a lot of really cold below zero mornings. We had a lot of days that were just a little bit colder than average with high temperatures in the 20s. And you can see we were almost 11 degrees colder than February of last year. So if your heating bill's a little on the high side compared to last year, it was probably because of the weather. We only had 9 out of 28 days that were warmer than average, and precipitation totaled 89 hundredths of an inch. Precipitation is snow, melted snow and rain put together, though we didn't hardly have any rain during February. What precipitation we had was in the form of snow. We had about 42% of average precipitation, and January was a dry month as well. 10.1 inches of snow fell in Grand Rapids. That was a little bit below average, and we wound up with 29% sunshine. That doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it was a whole lot better than we did in December and January when we were also pretty much on the cloudy side here. Another great day coming up for winter sports here in West Michigan. I got a picture that I grabbed Saturday from Bittersweet Ski Area. They got some nice cameras up, and you look out the window and most of you are not seeing any snow, but look at the picture from Bittersweet and you can see that they've got tons of snow. You think it was mid-January. Base there still up to about 48 inches, and there were a lot of people there enjoying the day. On the right side, we've got the Muskegon Luge Winter Sports Park skating rink, and they have a large skating rink there for everybody. Plus, you can skate through the woods. They've got a path where you can go there. So it's really a neat place to be. And if you've never been out there, that's a great place to spend an afternoon. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of people out there today as well. Look for partly sunny skies and lighter winds, which should make for a pretty good day to be outdoors. We're going to take a moment here and thank our sponsor for helping us out here during the day today and this week. Take a listen.
Need a fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service? Complete Care Concierge has you covered. Serving all of West Michigan, we offer one-time, daily, weekly, and bi-weekly cleans, plus move in, move out. We also service apartment hallways and laundry rooms. Our work is guaranteed, gift cards are available, and we even clean on weekends. There's no better way to say I love you than giving a tired mom a break from dishes and laundry. Are you a busy professional? Pamper yourself by taking vacuuming and dusting off your plate. Office manager, keep your business looking and feeling its very best. Call 616-264-1397 today for a spotless space and total peace of mind.
Well, once again, we want to thank our sponsor, Complete Care Concierge, and we're getting into March, so this is the time for spring cleaning, and they can certainly help you out with that. Here's a look at our headlines. Dry weather expected here today and during the day on Monday. There'll be some rain showers Tuesday and Wednesday, and then a warming trend is expected here as we slide through the week. We could see temperatures up around 50 here by the time we hit Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon. And we're going to talk a little bit about a southern severe weather outbreak, which could affect throughout a good portion of the southern United States. So let's take a look at what we have ahead here for us. This is a look at Lake Michigan ice cover, which turned out to be pretty close to average this year. You can see that spike upward where we had a really cold week, and then the wind came up and the temperature warmed up, and that ice cover went down, down, down again. But in the Great Lakes as a whole, I think the maximum ice cover was 53%, and that was right at average here for this winter. If you want to look at some of those lines there that go way up to the top, we had the most ice on the lake. Those 3 winters from 76 to 79 were incredible winters with lots of snow and cold across not only here in Michigan, but also much of the country. Well, let's take a look then at snow cover across Michigan. From Grand Rapids off to the south, the snow is pretty well gone, but as you travel to the north, there's a lot of snow, and you can see those deep blues and purples indicating a lot of snow Kalkaska over to around the Gaylord area, Mansalona, and then as you get up towards Sault Ste. Marie, where they've had a ton of snow here this winter. But all along the Lake Superior shoreline, there's been a lot of lake effect snow up there. Well, let's take a look then at 72-hour snowfall. Not much expected. We're not expecting any snow at all here in Grand Rapids, so I just trace amounts here on Saturday. As you get up toward Kalkaska, Mansalona, not impossible, there could be an inch of snow, and there'll be a couple of inches again up in the eastern UP between Marquette and Sault Ste. Marie. But most of this week is going to be snow-free here for the state of Michigan. Here's a look at today's weather. We're looking for temperatures up into the low, maybe even mid-30s here this afternoon with sunshine and winds of only 5 to 10 miles an hour coming out of the west. It should be a great day out there. Look for partly cloudy skies. Temperatures starting out the day here around 17, and humidity should be fairly low, only around 50% here for the afternoon. Let's take a look then at some temperatures across the area. This is what we expect here today across the United States, and as you can see, readings are generally low to mid 30s here across the Great Lakes, even some 20s there in New England, and Maine, really cold. A couple spots there, Caribou, Maine, with a high of 14 today. It's cool through the south, but warming up in the plain states. Look at the warm air off to the west of us, with temperatures soaring back around 60 or so once you get out in the Dakotas. They haven't had much snow out there this winter, so a lot of the sun's energy is used to heat the air, and they can really warm up when they get a light west wind and full sunshine this time of year. High temperatures for Monday look like this. We'll see temperatures rebound to the low 40s during the afternoon in Grand Rapids. And look at the temperatures off to the west of us. That red color indicates readings are about 20 degrees warmer than average for this time of year. 5-day forecast looks like this. We'll see temperatures up into the low to mid 30s today, low to mid 40s on Monday. Touch cooler near Lake Michigan. It'll get kind of windy here Tuesday and Wednesday with some spotty showers, and we should be up close to 50 Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday, late in the day, temperatures may start to fall a little bit. And Thursday, we're back into the upper 30s here. But I think temperatures here this weekend are probably going to be the coldest back-to-back days for the month of March. Well, some interesting ads for everybody to see. First of all, I want to talk about severe weather in the southern United States. This is the time of the year when things start to crank up, and we have just a marginal risk for severe weather here Monday from southeastern Kansas on down into Texas. Things really get cranked up, though, on Tuesday, and the Tuesday weather map shows an enhanced risk area in that orangish color along the Mississippi Valley there, from Louisiana up toward southern Illinois and the Missouri Boot Heel. And then, as you can see, the yellow is the slight risk, which comes up to the southern tip of Indiana. So that will all pass south of us. By the time we get to Wednesday, the next day, then the severe weather risk area shifts to the east, and anywhere from Jacksonville, Florida, up to southern New Jersey could see severe thunderstorm wind gust and maybe even an isolated tornado here. But Tuesday probably the bigger day down through the southern United States. So let's take a look at the long range outlook, and look at this. Look at all that red, everybody. That the first thing I saw when I looked at that map is we're at least in the 60s for 2 days. So for those of you waiting for spring, that is for March 19 through the 15, and I would not be surprised if somebody in Michigan reached 70 with a pattern like that. It really shows the warm air building in from the southern plains up here toward the Great Lakes. The snow will be gone except for a few of the piles, and we're really heading toward spring. There'll be a ridge in the east, you can tell with that above average temperature outlook, and a trough in the west where there's colder temperatures than average out through California and much of the west, and also up into Alaska. So that's a pretty deep trough. One worry with a system like this is that we would get severe weather up toward the southern Great Lakes with a pattern like this. So stay up with later forecasts on that. Again, this is for the period March 9th through the 15th. Well, let's move on and take a look at a few other things here on the palette. We have a record snowfall this season. At the National Weather Service office in Gaylord, they have had 185.9 inches of snow, about a quarter of an inch above their old record, and they will likely add to that. The weather station there is about 9 miles south of Gaylord, or south-southwest of Gaylord. And the next slide shows you that we really don't have a lot of time to deal with here. The record keeping began in 98, 99. The unofficial records for Gaylord said that they got 207.5 inches in the 1996 season. And you know what? It's not impossible with a shift back toward, we're anticipating a shift back toward cooler than average weather in late March and early April. And so make your plans accordingly. We warm up for mid-March and then we cool off just a bit. So hopefully we can get the blossoms through without any problems this year. So let's take a look right now at one of our interesting photos. We like John Scully. He's been sending us some pictures from along the shoreline of Grand Haven, from Grand Haven up to around Muskegon. And that is a pretty sunset. You can see the sun pinkish color there reflecting on the bottom of the clouds. Want your weather, science, or nature travel picture on the show? Send them to us at bill@billsteffen.com. Subject, photos. One more thing to pass along to everybody here. Michelle threw this in at the end. Answer on the next slide, but where is that picture? Does anybody recognize that? I knew where it was because I remembered that picture. I just thought that was a great picture of the family. Everybody looks happy. Everyone is wearing red, including Marie, that has some red ribbons there in her hair. But everybody having a good time. And the next slide will show you where that was. That was at the Blandford Nature Center. We were out there looking good, 1992. That is on the northwest side of Grand Rapids, right off of Leonard. They have over 8 miles of trails. A couple times a year I go and take the trails there. That's now part of the old golf course out there. That's the Elks Country Club, which is now part of the Blandford Nature Center. So it's a really neat place to be if you haven't stopped by there in a while. Take a look at that. And we do have one more thing, I am told. What was your favorite toy as a kid? That is a picture of me as a kid. And my mother, who was an amazing lady. My mother lived to be 100 and a half. She drove a car on the day she died. So she was something else. Survived the Depression and World War II. Was born in the 1910s, born in 1919. So pretty amazing. Okay, my favorite toy was my Lionel weather station, and I actually drubbed up a picture of it. That is a picture of me in the backyard with my wonderful Lionel weather station, which I got for Christmas one year and put up. I would assume that's a picture probably taken in March. I had one of those hats with the ear flaps. Remember those? Anybody? But that goes back a way. That would have been probably 1961, maybe. I think I got that weather station when I was 9 or 10 years old. So 1960, 1961. There are no trees back there. My dad went out one day and bought about 5 beautiful trees to put in the backyard. And that is looking off toward the northeast. But that plastic Lionel weather station, I think it cost $9.95 or $10 or something like that. It had a little plastic rain gauge on it. It had a little plastic piece that you could watch and tell how fast the wind was. And for my weather merit badge in Boy Scouts, I got up every morning at around 6:30 and took a list of weather measurements there. And I would measure snow and call it into the local TV station. That was kind of neat. That was in Wilmette, Illinois, where that took place. Okay, well, I've talked a long time here, and you've listened a long time, so thank you for that. Hope you have yourself a great day today. Remember my YouTube channel, Bill Steffen 616. It is free. Have yourself a great day. And once again, thanks so much for coming here to check your weather.